Hey, hi there. Hello, neighbor. Hello, Rock With Me Nation. Hello, politically inclined. Hello, blurs, nerds, and any other words that describe and observe. Bars. See, and nobody was here to hear that. Shame. Hey, oh, I guess somebody was here to hear it. Hello, Grand Madam. Hello, Grand Madam. How you doing? In here early. But you're always in here early. And I appreciate that. I got a somewhat incendiary show to get off. Some folks may like it, some folks may not like it. But that's the joy of opinions. You don't have to agree or disagree with just one. So I think I will grab me a quick snack here since ain't nobody in here yet. Soft peanut brittle. Best invention ever. Best invention ever. Man that made soft peanut brittle should be commended. I always used to hate it. It would get caught in your teeth and it had like little jagged edges, and that was just no fun for me. And so I was really not a huge fan of peanut brittle. Javon, what's going on? Another early bird to the herd. What's the word? My guy, good to see you. I'm having crunchy snacks. What can I say? I'm having crunchy snacks. Okay, everybody's just chilling. All right. I'm gonna let y'all chill. 2 on the screen, 3 in the hole. Don't be bashful. You can come on out and say hi. I have cue cards with things on them to keep me on a linear path talk-wise. Because I tend to perseverate from time to time. No big deal. Well, or maybe a big deal, depending on what I'm perseverating on. I think I'll share one of the randoms. Yeah, I get randos to kind of flesh out the collection. If you've got a Overwatch or a Fortnite or a Magic the Gathering or a Hasbro Legends, those all kind of mesh well size-wise, action figure-wise. So they make for a rather even world size-wise. So what have I been doing? Well, the other day we got Gingy. This is Gingy from Overwatch. He's kind of a cyber ninja. That's a pretty good, it's a pretty good looking figure. I'm saying holding the swords in a fashion more similar to what a ninja would hold their swords like. Yeah, quick access, hack, quick access, hack, or hack, whatever you want to do, because both of them up top it doesn't seem fight effective if you need to whip them out on the side or hip wise. But yeah, that was a figure I got. Thank y'all for watching and listening. Goodness. Spies in the temple. Just so you know, DC's. Almost kind of a cybery looking character. It's also got a hand switch so he can throw stars at you. So, got him for under $10. Pretty good deal. It's always good to find those kinds of deals. It's always good to find those kinds of deals. And that was one of the random figures that I've been figuring. I see y'all starting to slide in. Everybody's starting to slide in. Paul Martin. What's up, Paul Martin? And my brother Theo B is here. To answer your question that you asked me the other day, sir, in Messenger, I would say kickboxing because jiu-jitsu was not a choice. That's probably the one. Boxing, kickboxing, or yeah. That's probably the one I would choose. Okay. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strange. Very strange. Okay. Anywho. Get us a little solid quorum here in a minute. And we will go ahead and get started. But while y'all hollering at each other, I'll let y'all, say y'all greetings and salutations. Keep dropping these fish. They keep wiggling around. I'm not using the word wiggle and mouth in the same sentence the wrong way. Real quick, I know I said I wouldn't pick this figure up, but I'm getting one for comparison purposes, and I have a head sculpt on the way because I am going to use the head sculpt on my Forgotten One figure, which is also on the way for my Kit Bash Vibraxis. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. As far as what I'll be comparing it to, you will just have to stick around and find out later on in the show what I will be comparing this action figure to. Look at y'all pulling up like some awesome Rock With Me Nation people that you are. Kamoyo King in the building. Good day, Mr. President. Good day. Speaking of presidents, you know what? That was a nice segue. But I don't know if I'm ready to jump in there yet. Because I got pretty incendiary on the radio yesterday because I was feeling a certain way about certain things. And I'm still kind of how my parents used to. I'm still kind of tight. I'm still kind of tight about it. But it is what it is. Is that an actual question to me, Paul? T'Challa was bald in the beginning of Priest Run. Will we ever see Cage with hair again? There you go. Suck it up. Suck it up, bro. There he is with hair. I don't know. It seems like maybe it should be different. He shouldn't necessarily not have hair, but I was cool again, and I have asked, we need that Luke Cage with the fade and the jacket and the greaves and we need that Luke Cage, you know. But well, you know what? Hasbro's been listening lately. So hey, Hasbro, we need the Luke Cage with the red t-shirt and the black jacket and the greaves and the pants and the fade. Y'all need to go ahead and hook that up while y'all hooking stuff up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So what's another action figure that we need? What's another character, I should say, that we need an action figure of? Gray, what's up, sir? Y'all are in the chat. Our last question to me was about Luke Cage's hair. I wasn't really missing Luke's hair. Luke's been bald for a number of years now, and I actually kind of got used to it, but I still wouldn't mind seeing, you know, like 90s look Luke with that fade, you know. That would be a nice middle ground, you know. You're overcorrecting with the afro and the tiara, and then bald head is just a little too far the other way. So I get it. I 100% get it. But how would Luke Cage have looked bald headed with a tiara on? Imagine that look, except bald. He not gonna be as intimidating. Not gonna be as intimidating. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one to tell you. Okay. We got a quorum, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. First, let me do a disclaimer ahead of time. Regardless of what your political affiliation is, please understand it's not mine. I am not a staunch Democrat, nor am I a staunch Republican. If my political philosophy could be described or encapsulated, I vote for policy. I vote for regulation. If there are policies, if there are regulations that are affecting my life directly, if that president that has that policy out happens to be a Republican, I'm voting for that. And vice versa. And that's how people should vote, not just blindly vote for a party because somebody's pressuring you about being loyal. Ask yourself, as old, and I know we like the 30, 40, 50 age group, how long it been since you seen a politician deliver on some stuff they said they was going to deliver on? And if they did, what was their effectiveness rate at delivering that stuff? And what president in modern times has done that most effectively? Check that out. See what I'm saying? But that shouldn't even determine what party you like. It should just determine the effectiveness of that particular president, regardless of if he's Republican or Democrat. That being said, Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States, presidential nominee. But not officially into the convention, right? But that's who you're looking at. So it didn't take much time for the other side to become incendiary with their comments. I know you're supposed to muckrake and throw slime and that kind of a thing, but do you think that's a strategy, or do you think that's done out of fear? Are they afraid of that woman? And then, much like you would hear people saying about a lot of things said about Donald Trump is false news or fake or this, that, and the other, is Donald Trump the only person that has fake news spread about him? And I know a lot of people want us to focus on what's important. You know what I'm saying? And are moral issues a reason to not elect a candidate? Obviously, they aren't. I mean, politicians are questionable in the first place. But let's talk about Kamala. Right there. She attended Howard University before getting a law degree at the University of California. Became district attorney in 2003 of San Francisco and was California's attorney general in 2010. Elected to U.S. Senate 2016. Became the first Indian American, African American, and female vice president in 2020. Those are accomplishments. Those are accomplishments and skills that she will be able to bring to bear if she was elected as president. Okay. I'll make this super duper simple for you with 3 words, 3 simple words in the English language. And those 3 words are: stakes is high. I'm not going to sit here and tell you who you should or who you shouldn't vote for. But I know there was a whole smear campaign prepared for old senile Joe. Now old senile Joe ain't around. Stakes is high. I'm not going to tell you who you should vote for. Simply, stakes is motherfucking high. And we can't afford to F this up. Especially you people that don't have passports. I'm just saying. Y'all don't went off in the comments. What is going on? They're trying to push a narrative. Just wish Negroes wouldn't aid and abet that foolishness. You're always going to have a few, Kamala. No matter what happens, you're always going to have a few that are going to make it their business to come against their own, that are going to make it their business to drink the Kool-Aid. We can't do nothing but lay out facts and truth. And if they don't want to drink on facts and truth, let them sit over there sipping on that mess. You know, that's all you can do for people. I mean, because I didn't believe it at first, but that stuff is they over there on that side full scale brainwashing, bro. Full scale, unfreaking believable. The Repubs are so afraid of her that they keep throwing personal shots that bounce off that they don't know what else. I see it too, Grandmadam. Because you don't call somebody a childless, lonely cat lady if you ain't worried about them. You don't call somebody the original Hawk Tour girl and you ain't worried about them. If you know you can beat this person, why you got to keep doing that? I mean, I understand politically that's what's supposed to be done, but and you refuse to debate. DEI, deserving, earned it. Yeah. Yeah. Reminder, passport next. Hey, you do not understand how comfortable it feels to be able to just grab everybody and go, we're going to Belize. We're going to Costa Rica. We're going to Jamaica. You notice all them countries are named off. Bro, I ain't fooling around. Y'all ain't finna get me in no country start doing some crazy stuff to me. Period. And when you present facts, they attack you personally. Bruh, I've been going back and forth with a friend of mine, and I hear it. You know what I'm saying? I hear that rhetoric. I hear that, just all the time. And it's like, you trying to get me on the right path? You trying to show me what? Oh, mainstream media, mainstream news, mainstream media, you don't know where I go to get my news. You just assume it's mainstream media because it don't sound like the shit you spout. I believe my news sources to be reliable. I believe my news sources capable of finding most anomalies. But I'm not using a news source to debunk nobody. You know what I mean? Because think about it. If a fact is a fact, what else is there to debate? The boy is stuck down in the hole. If I work for a news company or a newspaper outlet and I'm reporting on the boy stuck down in a well, I'm going to give you A, B, C, and D. Speculation is not news. Opinions are not news. What some so-called pundit thinks is not news. And this is what you got to understand. It's a lot of people out there talking, telling you what they think. I got a guy telling me shit every day from right-leaning news sources. Reuters, Gateway Pundit, The Guardian, Fox News swears by those. Ain't no other place to get news. OAN. Ain't no other place to get news. You notice all the places I named off? You notice what they are? Right-leaning. And you know what? I don't have a problem reading right-wing political stuff. But I'm not going to get immersed and obsessed. I don't even get immersed and obsessed in the left-wing stuff. So why am I going to get immersed and obsessed in what some right-wing mug have? Especially if you sounding radical and cultish and crazy. I'm not sitting around trying to hear all of that. Stakes is high. Do what you need to do as an American citizen. All right? When you come back with your receipts and you use this video as a receipt, please understand. Please understand. Vance's comments may need that line. Fishburne said to Goldblum in Deep Cover. Oh, you shouldn't have did that, David. I remember that. That's my joint. Thanks for bringing that up, Bob. I told one Trumpster I would have deported them all after the assault on the Capitol. I asked him, was that conservative enough? It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. They do not like that. And when I say they, I say based on my experiences, the people I have interacted with, because I ain't gonna generalize. I know some people who are Republicans that are nice people. I know some people who are Republicans that ain't radical. It's the same with both of them. Don't people see that? There are radical Democrats. D.L. Hughley is a radical Democrat. I kind of got to draw the line at radical. They're having fun outside. I got to draw the line at radical because you ain't thinking with your rational mind. You ain't doing critical thinking. That's very important. That's like somebody with an iPhone debating someone with a Cray supercomputer server. Gitmo for sure. I ain't heard that in a while. Mainstream media can get the Bozak too. Trump acted the fool during anthem at Super Bowl party a few years ago. Thought it had to be deified, dignified. I don't know. Either way, calling that woman out of her name, calling that woman disrespectful, and I can use this term, misogynistic comments. I understand it's a political year, bruh. And if you want to call somebody out of their name, I was always taught, don't say nothing behind nobody back that you can't say to their face. That's what I'm waiting for. And that's what's going to tell the tale. That Howard University education going to kick in. That University of California, San Francisco education going to kick in. That political experience is going to kick in. But who knows? We'll see. Maybe radical, crazy cult-like behavior might win today. Who knows? It's America. And anything can happen in America. America. Speaking, let me get all this bullshit out of the way so we can ease on down the road. Okay, speaking of critical thinking, talking, okay, I got to talk about this because I talked about it on the radio, and some people pissed me off. I'm gonna read this comment to you, okay? Just so you can hear the kind of conversations that I'm sometimes subjected to. Okay. Now, I ain't gonna say no names. I'm gonna just tell you when I'm talking. All right. I'm gonna say person 1, person 2, and person 3. And me. There's a conversation. All right. Person number 1 posts a video in a text group of Sonya Massey. I believe we've already seen this Sonya Massey video. We've seen it enough. It's very disturbing to me. 2 big ass cops in an apartment with a little ass woman, and somehow they fucking feel threatened. See, it's coming out. Sitting in your house being black. Okay, after the video is shown, I say Breonna Taylor, Atiana Jefferson, now Sonya Massey. Shame. Person number 2 says, that's ducking horrible. Body cams don't lie. She did not deserve that. Then person number 1 says, so fellas, if that was a white person, what would have happened? Person number 2 says, not gonna speculate. Black cops have done the same crap. Mind you, this is a conversation amongst all black men. Every white cop ain't bad and racist. Person number 1 says, LMFAO. I knew your ass would say that. Then person number 1 says, was driving 45 in a school zone and a white cop let me go with a warning. Then I say, wow, you are the undisputed king of goalpost raising. And why? And saying to the other person, why are you baiting this Negro into this? I got shit to do. Don't have him blowing up text with this BS. Reason being, when he gets on these tangents, he starts dropping text after text after text after text after text. And I got things to do. I don't need my phone constantly going off because you a dog on a bone with some bull. Now, shows another video that don't really have nothing to do with the situation and says, you know, basically somebody, let me make sure. Oh, it's a video that has nothing to do with what we're saying, but kind of reinforces a polarized belief. That's the best I can describe it. And another friend chimes in and says, hail to the no, 10th degree. That wouldn't have happened if she was white. Referring back to the Sonya Massey video. And I said, LOL. Now, we can't speculate. Reference to the original statement about speculate. Okay. The rest of it, it gets super cult sounding. But the bottom line, 35-year-old woman was shot dead in her home, in her fucking head. 2 big old cops. And one of the cops has been fired from 6 jobs in 4 years. 6 jobs in 4 years is like $1.75 jobs per year. Good God. But you keep giving this man work in the law enforcement field. We know that man ain't black. You had 6 jobs in the law enforcement field? 6? But we hired him back. Sonya Massey's father didn't even know what had happened to her. She was lied to. Or he was lied to. Okay, but my brother want to talk about black cops do it too. Where, and I know the answer before I even say it, mainstream media only covers what they want to cover. How come there ain't a bunch, an abundance of incidents in the media about black cops killing white people? since it happens too. Does it happen enough for it to be an issue? Does it happen enough that white people are so incensed that they want to bring this guy up on the charge? Give me a effing break. If a black cop killed a white person, they'd be in jail quickly. Wouldn't be no thinking about it. What was that Muhammad Musa guy? He shot the blonde white lady in Minnesota. He's not walking around free. Okay, but all of them police officers that beat the shit out of Rodney King, scot-free. No charges brought against them. That was it for me. All of that other stuff happened was just icing on the cake. Back in the 90s, when I saw that confirmed for me. And didn't nothing happen to none of them? I don't never need to see another black cop another white cop do anything to a black person ever again. Because I know what happened with them 5 police officers is going to happen the majority of the time that it is a black person being killed. Until you change the law, it's going to continue to happen. And this is what I say to my partner that's like, black cops kill white people just as much as white cops kill black. Give me 10 articles from whatever news source you want to of white cops or white people getting killed by black cops. I want to read those articles. I want to follow those stories to their conclusion in a court of law. Show me them stories. I want to see those. I'll read those. I'll look at those. Is black cops out here killing like Chauvin? Is black cops out here with their knees on because it's isolated. You see what I'm saying? It's an isolated incident. You can't name enough black cops killing white people for it to be, y'all need to shut up. Because black cops ain't killing nearly that many white people. They ain't thinking about killing nobody. They trying to get the fuck home. And how many black cops are patrolling white areas? Just a thought. I could be wrong as hell, but just a thought. Do white people in their white community see a black cop driving around? Somebody's calling the station. I can guarantee you. What y'all talking about in the comments? What y'all talking about in the comments? Anything you ingest visually, mentally, or audibly, I think is the word you're looking for, has to be observed from multiple angles. Look deeper than the surface lest you fall into a trap of faulty intel. I agree. I can't wait for her to curse him out in Jamaican patois during the debate. Wow, that would be something. That would indeed be something. I follow a former black cop, Abia Israel, on YouTube. He thought those cops were wrong. Just had to back up and out of the apartment. Duh. It didn't have to come. The cops are the one that told her to go and get the boiling water. Yes, this is a lot of goalpost raising. It is very tiring too. It is so freaking vexing. A black male cop did kill an unarmed white woman, went to jail quick. Yeah, the one in Minnesota. Yeah, that's the only one I've heard of. And when was that? 6-7 years ago? Show me a string of them. Show me a like Atiana Jefferson, Breonna Taylor, Philando Castile. Show me it like that. Show me a t-shirt. Show me a t-shirt with the names of all the slain white people on it. And let's see how many that is. So, yeah, please. I'd love to see that. I promise I would. Some of these cops would be scared of a butt-naked suspect in a wheelchair with Lou Gehrig's disease. And this is what I keep telling people all the time. If you scared of everything, you don't need to be a police officer. My first wife was a police officer. She was 5'5", I believe. Like 135. She wasn't scared. But these cops know that is the line that will absolve you of all plausibility in a gun situation. I was afraid for my life, so I pulled out my gun and shot. After that, doesn't matter. You got to have a good lawyer after that. Because they union rep going back that. Everybody else is going back that. I was afraid for my life, but I wanted to do my job. You got to change how that works. Police deniability is too easy to do. So, yeah, absolutely. Shot and killed with a teapot about to pour hot water for tea. You don't put that pot down, I'm going to shoot you in your effing face, is what that cop said. See, what it is about is not understanding the demographic you are patrolling. He told that woman to get up and go get that pot. I don't want this place to burn down. The woman's response, Sonya's response, was the epitome of African American. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. How many times we done heard that from our grandma, from our mama, from our auntie, from that big old fat lady with the bye-bye arms in the church? How many times we done heard that? But because these big tattoo-filled, husky, Viking-looking ass gray boys don't understand what that means because they worship Odin or some shit, they took it as a threat. You better put that butt down and I'm shoot your fucking face off. Gray boy stuff, man. The more I think about it, the more I get pissed. Maybe take settlements out of pension funds. I have said that many times, Paul Martin. I've said that many, many times. I guarantee you, folks will stop getting shot as much by police if you start messing with them pensions. Oh, can't buy that boat. Can't start that business after you retire. Can't even take care of your damn family. Gotta stop a lot of that. And Professor the Film Fan is here. What's up, Professor? And he apparently agrees. Black cops do not kill. Black cops do everything not to kill. They have to, because a black person knows if you shoot a white person, it better have been a crazy, foaming at the mouth ass killer if you did. Anything less than a citizen, yo ass going to jail. My father told me about the nightmare that is only homeless and drug addict. Bruh, you can't kill no regular, normal, quote unquote, white person and be a black cop. You ain't, they gonna come after your ass. And that's why I'm like, that's the most ridiculous shit I ever heard in my life. Black cops kill white. Shut your stupid mouth. Cops got smoke for unarmed black people, but act like roaches when the lights cut out when it comes to school shooters. I do you one better, Gray. It's plenty of video around with crazy white people with rifles in their hand, walking around on the beach, walking around, or got a gun in their hand, and there's a cop standing right there trying to talk them down with his, calm down, sir. Calm down, sir. Why don't you do it? Why didn't somebody do that with George Floyd? Why didn't somebody do that with Michael Brown? Why didn't somebody, all of these folks that had to die, why didn't somebody talk to them first? I bet you if a black cop walked in Breonna Taylor's apartment first, she wouldn't have got shot. I bet you if a black cop was in Tiana Jefferson's home, she wouldn't have got shot. I bet you if them was two black cops in Sonya Massey's apartment, she wouldn't have got shot. Shoot, saw the pictures I done seen. Sonya Massey's kind of cute. They should be, black cops probably be trying to get a number, be trying to push up or something. But that ain't what the white cops saw. Yeah, go on, hit that like button. I agree, Theo. Will we ever get an anti-hate crime bill? Not why you got who you got on the Supreme Court. Hey, Chad, what's going on, man? That part, Professor. Some of them have more weapons on them than Iron Man. And some of them are quicker to shoot than the Punisher. Bruh, I saw the vid. A white person decides you getting shot, you get shot. Yeah, I saw a meme or a comment somebody said her saying I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, activated the demon in him. Usually when a black person kills a white person, the most inept cop becomes Holmes, Columbo, Monk, and Batman combined. Bruh, that's what I'm saying. When black folks kill white folks, it's a damn event. So to say to me, black cops kill white cops too, not like white cops kill black cops, not even fucking close. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even a question. And I'm like, you can bring me any stat you want to. I call bullshit on that. Black people out here killing white people, and white people ain't doing nothing about it, and they just remaining silent. That ain't no mainstream news. That ain't no story being stifled. Anyways, the training is trash. Looks like the killer recognized she had mental issues, yet no compassion. Bruh, it don't matter. If she wasn't coming at you with a weapon, you ain't got no reason to shoot her. You ain't got no reason to shoot nobody. Why? Why would you do that? Hey, you know what? I don't call the police. But if I did, Theo, that is exactly what I would do. I would record. If it was something directly where they had to come see me, I want a black cop. Getting shot while I'm making some coffee for a mug or making some tea, that ain't how I want to go out. Not at all. I went to legacy.com yesterday, and I put something on their page for Sonya Massey and her family. So if y'all want to, y'all can do that too. If you don't have to. It's just legacy.com. And it's a connect. If you put in Sonya Massey's name, there's a link to legacy.com. So you can go straight to it if you feel the need to do that sort of thing. Because I feel that was like most people, uncalled for. It's totally uncalled for. And if it was somebody that knew what they were doing, why are there so many other cops that can have those kind of interactions and nobody wind up dead? And why are cops with itchy trigger fingers continuing to be hired? That's a scary ass thought. But I guess, when you're brainwashed and living in America, you think You ain't got no melanin in your skin. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? You move out to the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Marry a white woman. And carry on in the suburbs like white folks do. Go to all the white places, interact with all the white people, perfectly fine being a token and thinking they give two farts about you. They're tolerating you. There's a difference. My dad taught me that. I don't call the pork chop patrol. I handle it. That part, y'all come get them after I'm done. I'm not calling you to come in my house for anything. If there's somebody in my house, I will make that mug wish they wasn't. Trust me. I got a dog. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. I was getting ready to start talking. You won't get me on record saying that. Forgot where I was. Groovy, what's up, man? I was worried about you, brother. I thought you didn't make it today, man. Goodness gracious. Y'all pray for that family, man. Y'all send something, legacy.com, something, man, just to let them know that we know. You know what I'm saying? We in the building and we acknowledge y'all. Shouts out, prayers, whatever, man. Just be a tribe, man. Be a tribe. You know what I mean? I saw a video where a white kid had autism, made jerky movements, and cops put hands on him. I work for a damn library, had no specific training, yet can recognize autistic symptoms. Yeah, I read somewhere about a guy who had a seizure and got shot. Cops for real need effing training. And cops, a police officer, and you can look it up if you want to, a police officer is the only occupation, a professional occupation, where they are not required to have continuing education. Nurses have continuing education. Firemen have continuing education. Hell, doctors have continuing education. Why are people you sending out into the community with guns and tasers not educated about the community they're dealing with? That Negro wake-up call will be epic for them. Exactly. Oh, no judgment, baby. No judgment. You're better late than never. So I get rid of these Free My Ninja groovy t-shirts. I like the Rock With Me Nation. They have a healthy sense of humor. They make me chuckle. And while I'm on my mad, I promise y'all, I'll be done. I'll be real brief. I promise I'll be real brief with this one. I promise. The fuck's a black job? Can somebody tell me? What's a black job? We should still be talking about that. But we're not talking about that. This is the man they want to elect as president. They're stealing all of your jobs. They're stealing all of the black jobs. Now, if I do some critical thinking, see, because I know how to think critically. If I do some critical thinking, what could he possibly have meant when he said black jobs? Did he mean professional black jobs? Does he mean like black construction workers? Black carpenters? Black transportation specialists? Got to ask yourself a question. Can an immigrant walk right into this country and get a job like that. Immigrants can get jobs without social security numbers now. That's not the immigrants' fault. See what I'm saying? But nah. The immigrant jobs are unskilled jobs. You know what I'm saying? So does he think most black people have unskilled jobs? Either way you slice it, the black jobs comment should be obvious. But it ain't obvious to you Candace Owens, Stacey Dash loving ass Negroes. You trying to defend that statement and you sound like a FOOL. Black jobs. My ass, you racist. Black jobs? Word? Black jobs. With a straight face. Didn't blink. Didn't miss a beat. Kept talking right after. That means he comfortable saying stuff like that. I remember hearing Paul Mooney say something to the effect of like, white people say the N-word 50 times every morning to keep their teeth white. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to generalize and say every Caucasian person on earth is evil. That would be wrong. That would be stupid. That would be presumptuous of me. Not true. But I do believe I live in a system where the color of my skin, the ethnicity of my name, my appearance are always factors as to whether or not I can gain employment. Fortunately for me, and I think Theo and I were talking about this the other day, fortunately, my name ain't Devontae. My name ain't Jamarian. My name ain't DeAndre. My name ain't John Tavius. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, they got to see me before they decide they don't want to hire me. You see what I'm saying? So this is the country we live in. And while I believe racism is not the biggest problem in this country, it definitely is a problem. What do I think is the biggest problem in this country? Classism. Yeah. You know why I think that? Because there are dirt poor ass black people in this country. But you know what else? There are dirt poor ass white people in this country. And in some instances, a lot more dirt poor ass white people than there are dirt poor ass black people. So the narrative is to keep the upper class while taxing the middle. That's how you create caste systems. They don't want a middle class. They just want rich and poor. Because if there's just rich and poor, it's that much more difficult for poor people to get out of the curse of being poor. It's a diabolical game they playing out here, man. Y'all got to get y'all game card and see what's going on. It ain't a fair game. It really ain't a fair game. I haven't seen a Mexican cornerback yet. goodness. Oh my goodness. You ain't lying, Paul Martin. Neither have I. I have never seen a Spanish corner. I'm gonna ask my football homies, because a lot of my homies watch a lot of football. I'm gonna ask them, name me a Hispanic defensive back. And not a linebacker, because I know they're Hispanic linebackers. Trump's nephew exposed him about his racism and heavy use of the N-word. Shit, I didn't need his nephew to do that. I didn't need his nephew to do that. And I don't see why other people can't see it. I don't get that. Cognitive dissonance. Same here. When customers realize I am black, it's shocking. They don't get it. Like, black people can't be professional. Like, black people don't know how to talk and say words that everything don't end in S. You know what I mean? Middle class fall victim to the carrot of prosperity. It took me a long time to figure that out. Is Christian Gonzalez a linebacker or a defensive back? I'm going to let you marinate on that, Brother Paul. Meanwhile, I got to dip into the next segment because you cats are very, very demanding. What have I've talked about 3. Okay. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we now know in the MCU, mutants are getting ready to be a thing. Now, I know what the plans are, but I'm D-Real, and so I got my own agenda. Question: who should be the first mutant to get big screen treatment? Now, I know a lot of this is not everybody. This is just a mere inkling because it ain't enough black folks in that picture. We ain't got enough of them black mutants in there, do we? I see 1, I see 2. That's all right though. But who, if anybody, in the mighty mutant world should get the big screen treatment first? Should we tell the X-Men story off top using Charles Xavier? Should we tell the mutant story off top using Apocalypse, a good version of Apocalypse? What? How should we what would be a good way to bring them into the MCU? I know y'all got all kinds of crazy ideas. So holla at your boy. Mine is too, Paul. So that's why I'm tapping into a better part of me and trying to remember what it was instead of what it's become. And history, edutainment, that kind of thing is what I do. So that's why we're talking about it this way versus what they actually gonna do. Nothing? Nobody? All right. Well, as I said before, who else we got in this picture? Hey, there's Cyclops. Maybe the first mutant story could be about Scott Summers. And they might even find a way to put Anchorage in there too, since that's where he's from. A Nathaniel Essex story might be interesting. I might be going out on a limb here. Bishop. Bishop? That would be a good big screen story to tell. I mean, and cable is just full of adventure. So we got a lot of options there about what we could do and how it could be done versus what they getting ready to do. Definitely past the origin story crap. Maybe the lineup from when Storm debuted. I suppose that would be a good story. But then you would have to explain that there were already mutants before those mutants. You see what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. Most fans of X probably would not argue that. What is that? That's Storm, Wolverine, Banshee, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Thunderbird, Sunfire. Low key, I would be interested in seeing some adventures of if that lineup had stayed together and remained the X-Men. I believe that was a what if story, but I believe that would be a pretty interesting story. Gray says Aurora's upbringing in Cairo as a pickpocket or as a baby. I guess the whole thing that would force them to well, maybe it wouldn't, but it should force them to mention T'Challa. Because if they don't mention T'Challa, well, there you go. And J Bond believes we should rehash old things and say a Darwin redemption arc. That might be fun too. They did what with the Marvel's end credits? Through a random thing. I get it. I wouldn't even mind seeing a story about Iska the Unbeaten. That would be cool, but I don't think that's the way to kick off. Do team movies and solo TV series. So we don't get a solo mutant character like we get Iron Man. We don't get a solo mutant character like we get Thor, Captain America. Why we can't have solo? Why can't solo mutant movies lead up to mutant team movies? Just like, any other superhero. Why wouldn't that formula work? And please, 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 please include and don't kill off the villains. You stinking villain killers. Yeah. Yeah. I made enough Darwin to tell a story about too. There's that. So we good with that. We good with that. We good with that. We good with that. If you're good with that, I'm good with that. I also have a question about legacy. How important is legacy? And when it comes to Marvel Comics, whose legacy amongst these characters is the safest? So, whose legacy are they more than likely not going to tamper with or change drastically? You say most of them would have changed them drastically already. But I'm saying, we looking here left to right. You got Jean Grey and Hope, Logan and Laura, Thor and James, Steve and Sam, Sam and Rich, Marvel, Carol and Kamala, Clint, and damn, I forgot her name. Haley Steinfeld. Tony and Ironheart, Peter and Miles, Bruce and Amadeus. Whose legacy is the safest? I mean, I know it's all up to the whim of a writer, but if you, with your professional comic book acumens, would say most likely is going to be here to stay for some time to come, I'll tell you my choice is either Steve and Sam or Miles and Peter, because Peter's flagship and Miles done latched on something tough. You know what I'm saying? And he done been around since what? The early 2010s? Teens? And Sam don't look like he getting ready to stop being Cap no time soon, unless this movie flop major. But I will see what y'all talking about in the comments. Oh, I will address that question. Besides Storm and Logan, which X-Men are solo film worthy? Y'all was supposed to tell me. There are mutants with solo comics. Gambit had a solo comic briefly. Rogue had a solo comic briefly. Don't seem like mutants comics last too long if your name ain't Wolverine. Peter Parker. Yep, that's what I said. Nope, ain't slide past me. I don't miss a damn thing. Yep, everybody caught it. Yep. Yep. Okay. That part, Panthro, I get. But he's still around. You see what I'm saying? I'm not speculating on who is worthy of having a legacy and who isn't. That's not what I'm focused on. What I'm focusing on is who gonna be around. And right now, the money, everybody money seemed to be on Miles. Nate Gray solo movie would be cool. I don't know about Nate Gray, but I do think a Cable movie would be screen worthy. Definitely. Mutants that could carry a big screen movie, depending on who the foe was. Cyclops has enough of a following to where he could do a solo movie. I feel he is. Mutants that could rock a solo movie. I'd watch a solo movie with Hank McCoy. Who else? I would love to see a solo Iceman movie. I would even watch a North Star and Aurora solo movie. But you talk about you want it to be a blockbuster $1 billion making movie. Iron Man didn't make millions. I'm sure we could build up to that though. I would have loved a Sam and Steve solo film, just them two. Yeah. The first Miles animated film was fire. I had trouble staying awake for the second one. Again, y'all giving me y'all personal opinions, and that's cool, but we talk about legacy. Legacy is not dependent on my opinion. Legacy is not dependent on if you like the character or, well, it is, but you may not necessarily like the character that everybody else likes. You see what I'm saying? Never been a huge fan of Ironheart. I know. Call it what you want to call it. Never been a really huge fan of Laura. I just haven't. Cool, it's fine, but I just haven't. Hope either. I know who they are. I know what they can do, but I ain't been compelled by what I know about them to be like, I got to learn more about that character. You know what I mean? I know Hope was like the linchpin in AVX, but what else? I get it. But is she following in? Never mind. Y'all see what I'm talking about. Kamala say Ironheart is as lame as Ms. Marvel. I think of those legacy characters, both Sams, Wilson and Alexander, Miles, Amadeus, I guess you could say Carol was the only ones I was good with. Hang on a second, y'all. The mutant whose powers I actually found hella interesting was Madison Jeffries of Alpha Flight. You always got to go back far. Legion had a TV show, didn't he? If we talk a mutant villain solo movie too, Mr. Sinister has my vote. Generic diversity characters, the new generic white characters. Kate Bishop. Okay. Yeah, see? That's how much I'm checking for. I can't even remember the name. She Hawkeye. And I got a few books with her in it. I think that Sam and Steve would have made a great team on screen. You know who else probably would have made a great team on screen? Check my segue. Hang on now, y'all. What I was saying, excuse me, what I was saying. Right there. Power Man and Iron Fist. Would you go see a Power Man and Iron Fist movie? Hell yeah. I'd go see a Power Man and Iron Fist movie. What about y'all? Would y'all go see a Power Man and Iron Fist movie? You would. Don't even lie. You'd be the first one in the theater. But now, here's my thing. Do we understand the history of these characters? Both of these characters were born out of exploitation. Okay? Iron Fist, he made his debut in this comic book, Marvel Premiere number 15, at the height of the martial arts craze. He did a nice little run in Marvel Premiere for about 10, I think like 10, 11 issues. And they gave him a solo book. Now, before you say anything about Iron Fist solo book, y'all can't tell me nothing. about this Iron Fist book. You know why you can't tell me nothing about this Iron Fist book? Because it was being written by none other than the Chris Claremont. Yes, that Chris Claremont. And it was being drawn by John Byrne. Yes, that John Byrne. And they didn't spare no expenses. He was going up against problems. You know what I'm saying? The Wrecking Crew. Iron Fist is like what, 5'10", 160 something? We know about the Wrecking Crew. So he was catching the business. Who and we all know that's where he made his debut. So Iron Fist book was popping. Guess how long it was popping for? Guess how long it was popping for? They went out with a blaze in, yep, you guessed it, issue number 15. What is it with Marvel and giving good ass books 15 issues and then just cutting them off? So they've been doing this since 1977? Danny fought the X-Men solo dolo. Or should I say, Danny held his own against the X-Men solo dolo. Now, there was also some stuff going on in Marvel Team Up. And that's where we met Steel Serpent. After his book was canceled, we got him in Marvel Team Up. So they was just trying to shoehorn Iron Fist wherever they could put Iron Fist at. And he got this. And it's kind of blurry, but this is some fantastic John Byrne art showing that martial arts battle. Bruh, I was hooked. Meanwhile, on the black side of town, we was getting Hero for Hire. And bruh, Luke Cage wasn't no punk. How much of a non-punk was Luke Cage? Luke Cage went to Latveria to get his money from Dr. Doom. He was not playing. And then, all of a sudden, issue 17 became Luke Cage Power Man. And look what they saying on the very first issue, the first and still the greatest black superhero of all. That is an inaccurate statement. He is neither the first nor the greatest, but he did have some great stories in his book. Remember old Cornell Cottonmouth? He got the small screen treatment. This is an issue he appeared in. A issue, not the only issue. And we even had a squabble between Black Goliath and Power Man. They was just like, how many blaxploitation martial arts situations can we put in comic books? Quite a few. And finally, somebody got the bright idea. Let's put our two exploitation characters together. That first happened in issue 48. They fought. Then they teamed up in issue 49. And finally, the book became Power Man and Iron Fist with issue 50. And it had wonderful stories with wonderful characters. This happens to be one of my favorite covers. That's a John Byrne cover. Who remembers Gordy, Agent of Smile? And then it ran a little bit longer than 15 issues. Final issue, 125. I didn't really like how it ended, but I was glad when Iron Fist came back. Why all of this yammering and rhetoric about Power Man and Iron Fist? You knew I had an ulterior motive. I got my Power Man and Iron Fist yesterday. Hooray! Okay, so we're going to look at it. And we're going to look at it after I read all of these comments that are building up. Goodness gracious. A Heroes for Hire Daughters of the Dragon movie. You reference things that make me have to think back and research and conclude, by Jove, he is right. Okay. 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 Diesel in the building. What's happening? Marvel chops stories to tell new stories rather than letting things breathe. Interesting. Interesting. 15 issues, and you know it probably sold more than today's issues. Cage never got the top-notch art till he teamed with Danny. Byrne, Gamble, Bright. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for noticing that. Yeah. Claremont, O'Neill, Layton on writing shorts too. So I mean, they put some top-notch talent when it became primary, because we were stuck with George Tuska and Dave Robbins. Yeah, worst art ever. Issue 125 ending made no sense. Luke had an alibi. Went to get food. He stood out in that costume. Bruh, somebody was on something the way they decided they wanted to end that story. But anyway, brought here for your pleasure, Power Man and Iron Fist action figures, both with change of heads. Pause. And lots of damn hands. Good golly, Miss Molly. Look at all those blasted hands. Look at all of those hands. But you got them for a reason. And I will tell you the first thing about these figures that jumped out at me. Got to pry it out of this plastic. And we got Luke out first. Let's look at Luke. Luke's looking pretty similar to that other the Cage with the Greaves. It looks like they took both Cage characters, the two, Luke Cages, and combined them. Is what they look like. Luke Cage is supposed to be how tall? Luke Cage is supposed to weigh how much? I know one of you researchers is going to do what I know you always do and bring me the answers. I already know, but I want y'all to see something. And here is Danny. Danny been in the put him in this Shang-Chi pose. So there you go. Now, one thing I noticed real quick about Danny and Luke. Size difference. Luke is a little bigger than Danny, as he should be. More muscular, wider, more barrel chest, bigger legs. That makes sense. However, he does not look 6'6", 425 compared to what, 5'9", 5'10" Danny. And I understand that, but you got Build-A-Figures. If you wanted to give Luke that Build-A-Figure thickness about him. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Danny's a little fella. You know what I mean? So it needs to be way more of a difference in their height and weight. I mean, the height might be negligible, but the size, I need Luke to be, you know what I'm saying, big and hulking. Not necessarily like the Hulk, but just a little bigger. But I don't think that is a, you know, disclaimer or a knock on it. I just think it could have been done better is all. He's got his ring, his 4-finger ring. Luke Cage got a 4-finger ring. Yeah, bitch, Luke Cage got a 4-finger ring. And he's got another hand with the other ring on it. So Luke can be totally rocked out if he wants to be. Yeah, I mean. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on. Now, I know somebody gonna mention it. Doug, that 92K. Oh, somebody didn't mention it. What I was going to mention was the Cage limited series by Richard Corbin and Brian Azzarello. I like Brian Azzarello's art on that book. And I like the mystery surrounding Luke Cage in that book, the urban legend aspect of Luke Cage. Nobody actually ever sees Luke Cage with bullets bouncing off of him, but the talk going through the hood. Oh, that dude blew Luke Cage. Oh, he bulletproof. Y'all better not mess with that cat. You know what I'm saying? I think the most we ever see Luke Cage do in that book is crush a basketball with his bare hands, which in and of itself is quite a feat in, fighting cats. But other than that, he got both rings, baby. Luke sparkling. And this ring, 4-finger ring, appeared in that run. Luke was very edgy and urban. So, yeah, y'all. Wow, what? That's a vast difference. Marvel has Danny at 6'2". Most have him at 5'11". That's what I thought he was, like 5'10", 5'11", like 160 something. But he 150? Good God. He a little fella. That Iron Fist be making a mess, don't it? And we got 2 head sculpts for Luke and Danny. We got the I'ma holler and say some what the ayah type stuff at you. And Luke is either hollering, let's get ugly. Sound like Bubba Sparks. Or sweet Christmas, bitches. So, yeah. He did these Diesel. That Joker run was creepy. Well, not run, but graphic novel, Joker. What you got on my 40, homie? And then we take Danny and pop him off. Pause. There we go. What the? Get this Iron Fist, bitch. Why do I keep saying that? Anyway, we got an Iron Fist effect. And it's the standard fist effect. Also, the back, you get a little more. Danny is a little more flexible than Luke is, which also makes sense. Danny is way more flexible than Luke is. Because I'm about to put him in the Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. You know what I mean? So, how's that for flexibility? But I'm concentrating. Sound like Alanis Morissette. Anyway, yeah, it's a mad flexible figure. So, Danny is flexible. Luke is solid, as he should be. Now, for those of you that like classics, boom. Old school Danny and Luke. Submitted for your approval. They some nice looking figures. You know, got nice looking accessories and things to it. So if yours ain't came in yet, don't worry. They on the way. Player from the Himalayas. Just sit tight. I'm sure Hasbro is getting them out there. Everybody's getting theirs. Also, I'm looking forward to my Joes, man. I'm ready for my Alpine. I'm ready for my Night Creeper and Doc. You know what I mean? I'm ready for them ones, man. When them dropping soon too. So, but I am going to put Danny back in a box. Put his little ballet shoes. I get it. I know they kung fu shoes, but I mean they still look like damn ballet shoes, bro. And you walk around on the streets with them. So I remember there was an issue of Power Man and Iron Fist. I like the banter between Danny and Luke too, because Luke would say some stuff to Danny and and have Danny, sounding like a typical, I'm gonna just go ahead and say a white person. But it was good writing, and I like the interaction between them. How many of y'all was like Luke and Danny fans that like collected it? Because I collected most of it once Mark Bright started doing the art. Once Doc started doing the art, I started fooling with it. I mean, heavy. I fooled with it before, but I mean, I started fooling with it heavy once he was doing the art. It's funny how black people find out when other black people are working on comic books. Somebody, oh yeah, did you know Mark Bright is black? Oh, I'm buying it. That's all you need to tell me. Don't even say nothing else. I'm picking it up. But yeah, I got them in there mad now because I switched to head sculpts. Well, I could probably use one of them Luke head sculpts for another black figure. Where my $20 at, dude? Nah, he said to him. He got real ratchet with him. He said, "Where's my money, honey?" You call Dr. Doom, honey? I know it was like a 70s colloquialism. Everybody call each other honey and baby and all that. But nah, I wouldn't have called no dude in no armor and olive green baby. Well, he did have a skirt on. Pshaw. Anyway, yeah, y'all. Yeah. This has been a very intense live today. Is it just me? Does it feel that way? Well, I don't know if it is or it isn't, but it's Q&A time. Ooh, it's early. Yeah, it's Q&A time early. What them questions? Let them rip. I'm waiting on y'all. Help me, help you, help yourself. Yep, yeah. Where my money, honey? I'm like, bruh, did you just call a grown ass man in armor, honey? No, we gotta rewind that back there, Lucas. We gotta rewind that, bruh. I'll put this hand in here where this fist was supposed to be. And that's not a pause moment. I am actually putting, I ain't even gonna say it because I hear y'all getting ready to say something crazy. You know what, Luke? I'm gonna just put your hand right here, and so you can look weird, bro. We'll put it back on next time. Don't worry. Oh, and it ain't even showing. Perfect. Lookity Luke. Danny Dan. I likes. That and Snake Supreme Cobra Commander are the finds of the month. Indeed, they are, my brother. De La Soul said so. Anyway, contending NFL team UC headed for a fall in upcoming season. Dolphins. Cowboys on the NFC side. Get Jerry Jones out your business. You might be able to do something. Will Trump do the debates or run? I think he will avoid it for as long as he can. But the best way for her to go into it, the same thing they did with Biden, he can't be interrupting. He can't be being disrespectful and loud. Not that I'm tripping, but I bet if he did act like that with Kamala, there's only so many times you're going to loud talk and interrupt a black woman before she go off. So, yeah, if Donald want to turn it into that. But yeah, I think Kamoyo, he will avoid it for as long as he can because he's not very cultured and he ain't got no swag to him. And he there are times when you have to be intellectual and show people that you're smart by being smart, not showing people that you're smart by being a dumbass. Only dumbasses respond to dumbass stuff. But here we are. Did I see the new Mafex Killmonger figure? Is it if it's based on a comic design? Other than that, I have reached my Killmonger quota. If it's based on the movie, I'm good. I got 2 of them. I don't need no more. I got him. I got 2 of the ones in the body armor and the boots and the mask. I got 2 of those, and I got the one in the habit. So 3. Unless it's a comic book accurate Killmonger, I ain't interested. And that ain't no knock on you, bro. I'm just saying I ain't interested. And it's Mafex. Magic Blade. Good evening, sir. They just saw Deadpool and Wolverine tonight, and Mr. Snipes was looking fantastic as Blade. Thank you for sharing, Magic Blade. If I was a person that did not know Wesley Snipes was making an appearance in that movie, I might be a little put out. But I ain't tripping. Kaboyo, he might run like Devin Hester out of those debates. Like Tariq Hill. I want him to do the debate because he might slip and call her the N or C word. And that ain't going to change nothing. That ain't going to change nothing. We talking about Mr. Grab him in the pussy, and he still got elected. So I don't think the N word or the C word would disqualify him with the people that love him. Matter of fact, they might make excuses for why it's okay for him to call her the N or the C word. Just saying, that's probably what you're looking at. What else you got? What else you got? Because I'm here to answer your interrogative statements. They said, wow, he's so educated. Well, you know what? I'm finna have me some of this peanut brittle. Can you imagine if you slip and said it out loud? Yeah, I can imagine it. And if Marjorie Taylor Greene can get away with saying half of the shit she done said on the Senate floor, I'm pretty sure Donald Trump can get away with saying some shit in a debate. Just saying. I guess where I'm at is this. When you are dealing with a person or people who have shown you they are 150% irrational, why are you going to continue to reason with that person? Mug get into a car accident, hop out of his car, and bang his head against the wall. Insurance pay for everything. He hop in that car and wreck that car. He wrecks that car, then gets out of that car, bangs his head against the wall. Are you going to buy him a third car? See, that's the kind of shit we dealing with now in politics. The utterly ludicrous is acceptable. Gotcha, man. Oh, there we go. I forgot to talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that. There has been a Japanese live action Gotcha, man. Not so great. Not so great at all. But you know what is pretty good? Gotcha, man. The comic book by Mad Cave Studios. I did a review on it last night. I think it's a nice. I think it's a nice start. There we go. Nice start. Yeah, that sounds about right. It was kind of dystopic, and I think that kind of threw me off from the tempo of it because it was like set in a dystopic future, and I'm like, why is the future dystopic? There were cities and people around in Battle of the Planets. There were cities and people around on Gotcha Man. You know what I'm saying? G-Force. There was people around. Why ain't there people around now? So there was that, and I didn't see enough agility. I mean, I know 2013, but I didn't see enough agility in that. But is Zac Efron too old to play Jason? Is that G-Force leader's name? No, Paul. Jason is not the leader of G-Force. If you are speaking of that version, Mark is the leader of G-Force. You grew up watching the Mark, Jason, Princess, Tiny, and Keop version of Gotcha Man. Some of us grew up watching Ken, Joe, June, Jinpei, and Ryu. So I know, I know, but yeah, is Zac Efron too old? Yeah, I think he is. He's not too old, but he's old looking. I guess that's what I mean. Yeah, Zac used to be ripped and cut and everything, but that's not the body type I see being Ken / Mark. When I think of Ken, I think a little more muscular Grant Gustin. Put a little bit of muscle on him, just a little bit, not a whole lot. And to me, that's the perfect Ken the Eagle. But that's just me. I could be wrong. Hey, y'all, if you have not read this book, y'all, for real, pick this book up and read it. It's a good, if you watched Gotcha Man, Battle of the Planets, if you watch that any form of that show, you will enjoy this book because it's very reminiscent of the show in terms of how it goes down. And I mentioned that in my review. But the color in it is great. Chris Bautista does some decent art. And Cullen Bunn, I wouldn't say he's doing too much on the story, but it's an all right story. If that, you know what I mean, if that makes sense to you. It's a decent story. I think, like I always tell people, get a writer a little time to cook, get a writer a little time to open the story up a bit and see where it's going. But right now, it's very TV showish. So if you like the TV show, you should be thrilled to pieces with this book. I say maybe like around issue 5 or 6, they should be cooking. If they ain't cooking by issue 5 or 6, bruh, I don't know what to tell them. You feel me? I really don't know what to tell them if they ain't cooking by then. But yeah, got you, man, bro. If you ain't got it, get it. So I had to do that real quick. I think I did okay. Yes, a swimmer's physique. What about the dude who stars in The Bear who used to play Lip on Shameless? Too short. Too short. I saw him in The Iron Claw where he got his physique and got himself in shape and he was playing Carrie Von Erich, but I'm like, he's short. He's too short. I need at least 6 feet. Grant Gustin is my choice. That's who I would like to see play Ken. Everybody else could probably be, somebody else, but I'm kind of holding firm on that. But yeah, you dead on, Kamala. A swimmer's physique is exactly a Mike Phelps looking kind of build. Yeah, that's exactly what because he's acrobatic and he's leaping and he's moving around and you know what I'm saying? And so realistically, I feel like you can't be no big giant beefcake mug, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I'm sure whoever decides to green light a movie project for Gotcha Man will take that into consideration since everybody's always listening to us. Austin Butler would work. Yeah, Austin Butler would work. And he got in pretty decent shape for Dune, playing Fade. Yeah, good one, Gray. Maybe we can have Grant Gustin and Austin Butler. Maybe they could be Joe and Ken. Who knows? One of them would have to convince me that they're an impatient hothead, whichever one played Joe or Jason, whichever show you watched. But yeah, I had no idea, man, that Gotcha Man was such a popular property as far as the demand for it. I would like to get some Gotcha Man action figures, man, but I can't find one that I like. Does that make sense? Because they make some action figures of Ken, and the decent ones are way more than I want to pay for a Gotcha Man figure. If that makes sense. Yes, Paul. Yes, I did. Yeah, because Dick stood in Gotham for Batman as Batman. Bruce is in Bloodhaven, and he's going to stand in for Nightwing. Damn, Nightwing, what happened to you? You been juicing? You look a little bigger, bro. What's going on with you? Well, I mean, because that's the kind of comments that were being made about Dick in the Batman get, oh, you're a little small Batman, oh, you lose a little weight, some stuff like that. So Nightwing, oh, you beefed up, Nightwing, oh my goodness. So yeah, he sure I might get that. I'm kind of yeah. And another comic book, you see, I normally, that I don't fool with. Also, that what is it called? Not Ultimate Batman, but the new Batman that they coming out with. I forget what it's called, but Batman is buff, broke, and don't have a butler. So this Batman ain't got no money. I mean, but he's swole. You know, he's gigantic. He's swole. I mean, just like the picture of him, he's so big. It's like if you jump off of a rooftop, your big ass will drop like a brick. You know what I'm saying? That's how big he freaking looks. And then they got another Superman and another, I forget, it's not Ultimate or Absolute. I think that's what it is. Absolute Batman. And you got an absolute Wonder Woman and an absolute Superman. And absolute Superman looks very LGBTQ friendly. I could be looking at it wrong, but that's how he looks. So be interesting to see how these versions play out. But yeah, actually, Paul, yeah, absolutely. I would love to see that. I am probably gonna pick it up. Domino masks are really stupid if you think about it. Hiding nothing. I never thought it did. I never understood why people never recognized Bucky with his mask off. Why people never recognized Richard Grayson with his mask off. I never got that. It ain't hiding nothing. I've worn domino masks on Halloween. People still knew who I was. It's crazy, man. They think little bitty bad just your glasses. Daryl, you're Superman. I still haven't gotten a decent explanation of why that's so. They can't make that make sense. People gonna be in jail like, man, Nightwing whooped my butt and put his foot on my chest. What happened to the flips? I'm not finna say that. I'm not finna. Y'all can just read it. I'm not finna say it. You have me acting like a middle schooler. My word. Anyway, look here, y'all. I have had absolute fun. Y'all made me go a little longer. Y'all always make me go a little longer. I like that y'all make me go a little longer. Was Dick ever told not to use any flying Grayson moves as Robin so folks don't put 2 and 2 together? Why folks ain't trip when Batman stepped out of the shadows with a brightly colored costume wearing prepubescent boy by his side? Or tween, still inappropriate. In yellow, in red, and green. Gotta love the 1940s, right? They need that do-rag mask like Danny. That would better hide the features. Oh, was you trying to? Oops. Was you trying to? Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. I have not had my dinner yet. Y'all can't be playing these kind of games with me. Boy soldiers. Yeah. Onward and upward. Things going on this weekend. Tomorrow. Be looking for Friday Night Vibing with myself and Theo B. And special guest, actor, singer, improvisationalist, country music lover, and jack of a couple hundred more trades, Mr. Byron Smith. Yes, that Byron Smith. He's going to surprise and shock y'all tomorrow because y'all are going to learn some things about Byron that you didn't know. Some things you suspected, but you're going to find out tomorrow. So make sure y'all pull up tomorrow evening for Friday Vibing with me and Theo, because that is going to be on deck. This weekend, videos I got coming. Philadelphia issue number 4. I will be doing my review on Philadelphia issue 4. Y'all need to get on board because things are getting ready to change. If you haven't been following it, go get those first 3 under your belt and then come back for 4 so that you can be on point. Also, I will be dropping my Ultimate Black Panther number 6 review. It's coming. Sit tight. And I think do I have one more? I think I may have one more, but we'll see. Look here, y'all, at this very cool poster of 80s villains, or post picture. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Wasn't the 80s amazing? Was Tony Montana a bad guy? Well, he did some bad things. So yeah, yes, so. That guy right there, him. Heavy Metal. Now you die, Tarakian. Yeah, that's that dude. Paul Kreese, Clubber Lang, Chucky. I think I'm going to find a frame and I'm going to put that somewhere. 80s was the shit. Oh, y'all already up. Thank you for coming. All right, look here, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I love to rock with me, Nation. I really do. Y'all are a hoot. But thanks for coming out and hanging. Oh, also, I will be doing a video. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen 1998 version. I ain't gonna tell you any. Just pull up. If you remember League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which is kind of a story, I think it's Alan Moore, where literary characters team up and go on adventures. This will be similar to that. But trust me, y'all want to be here. Y'all want to be here for that. It's I think it's kind of slick and innovative in its own way. But yeah, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Keep pulling up, and I'll keep trying to give you stuff to pull up for. That is it for now, y'all. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of the other ones. And until I do, hold up. Now, that's it for now. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of the other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other. It didn't end. Why won't my stream end?